Ferrari's patience with Lewis Hamilton may be running out. After a season of struggles and zero podiums, insiders say the team has made up its mind. Is this the end of Hamilton's red dream, or the start of a new chapter? Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari fairy tale is teetering on the edge of a nightmare. After a blockbuster switch from Mercedes to the Scuderia for the 2025 season, one that sent shockwaves through the paddock and lit up headlines, his debut year in red has been anything but triumphant. Despite early buzz and a sprint win in Shanghai back in March, Hamilton now finds himself languishing in 6th place with 146 points and 0 podiums to his name. As the Brazilian Grand Prix looms, whispers from inside Maranello suggest Ferrari's top brass may already be reconsidering their commitment to the 7-time world champion. The dream move that once promised glory is now clouded by doubt. Will Ferrari pull the plug? Or can Hamilton rewrite the narrative before the curtain falls on 2025? While these whispers are going on in the background, Fred Vasseur has acknowledged that the early stages of Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari tenure weren't exactly seamless. The team boss admitted that both sides needed time to be on the same page as they ironed out the finer details of their high-profile partnership. It's a subtle nod to the growing pains behind the scenes as Hamilton adjusted to life in red, and Ferrari worked to integrate one of the sport's most decorated drivers into their system. 1 week after his initial comments, Fred Vasseur doubled down in Mexico, shedding light on the meticulous effort behind syncing Lewis Hamilton with the Ferrari squad. With the championship battle tighter than ever, Vasseur stressed that being razor-sharp on every detail isn't just important, it's essential. In a season where margins are microscopic and rivals relentless, Ferrari can't afford a single misstep. It's like this from the beginning of the season, that the field is mega tight this year, that you have guys moving from P18 sometimes to P3 or P4, said Vasseur. It means that if you leave something on the table, you are losing positions. Lewis needed, and the team needed, time to be exactly on the same page on some details, and for every single detail today, you are losing positions. It means that we need to be in full control of everything, and it's the clear target for all of us. While Lewis Hamilton continues his hunt for a first Grand Prix podium in Ferrari red, teammate Charles Leclerc has been flying the flag with flair. The Monegasque driver snagged a third-place finish in Austin and backed it up with a strong second in Mexico just a week later. Before the action kicked off at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, team principal Fred Vasseur reflected on Leclerc's podium in Texas, calling it a much-needed morale boost, with Ferrari locked in a fierce battle for second in the Constructors' Championship against Mercedes and Red Bull. Every rostrum visit counts, and Leclerc's recent form might just be the spark they need. It's a good push for the motivation, but in any case, we are motivated by the target to finish P2, the team principal conceded. It's a good challenge, a long fight until the end of the championship, and let's see what will happen in the next weekends. Hamilton, on the other hand, recently opened up in an interview with Ferrari magazine about what it's like to drive for Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton has painted Ferrari in vivid, emotional tones, describing the sheer thrill of piloting a scarlet machine in Formula One and the fiery, unapologetic passion of the Italian people. From the moment he set foot in Maranello, the 7-time world champion says he felt an instant connection to the Prancing Horse. For Hamilton, Ferrari isn't just a team, it's a heartbeat. No language, no cultural divide can dim the intensity of what he calls the unmistakable magic of Made in Italy. The other teams are a little less colourful. Each has its own qualities, but Italians show their emotions more clearly, for better or worse, but mostly for the better. At Ferrari, you see passion every day, even just in the way people talk about food, for example. In England, you don't get excited talking about fish and chips, you know? At Ferrari, everything is special. When you get in the car, it's love. The first test at Fiorano, the first lap in the SF25, the first victory in Shanghai in the sprint race, an adventure, born from a special connection with the team. Now I'm 40. I was 21 the first time I sat in an F1 car. Being in a red car was much more emotional. At 21, it wasn't something emotional, it was just exciting. But when you get into a Ferrari, it's love. You create a different kind of connection. Hamilton also added that the Italian identity is where the team's strength lies. He said, "Everything here is so special. Red is one of my favorite colors. Ferrari represents history, the emblem, and what it symbolizes. The cars are masterpieces. It's the language, the culture, the food. It's the way Italians express passion for everything." Over the years, different cultures and people from around the world have joined, but at its heart, Ferrari remains Italian. I never thought I'd have a role here. Honestly, I was a little worried about cultural differences, but then you arrive and realize everyone is very open. At the end of the day, it's a human-to-human relationship. When you build bridges, everything else falls into the background. Returning to the track, the sprint format is back this Formula One weekend, and the stakes couldn't be higher. On a circuit primed for bold strategy calls, Ferrari, aka the Prancing Horse, is locked in a fierce showdown with Mercedes and Red Bull for second in the Constructors' Championship. With just a handful of races left, every point counts, and every decision could tip the scales. But while the paddock buzzes with talk of 2026 and future projects already in motion, a cloud of uncertainty has drifted over Maranello. Rumours suggest Charles Leclerc may be facing a grid penalty, a potential setback that could shake up Ferrari's campaign at a critical moment. The drama is building, and the next chapter could be explosive. Whispers from the paddock suggest Ferrari and Mercedes might be playing the long game in Brazil, reportedly weighing up engine component changes to secure fresh power units for the high-stakes Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's a bold move that could mean starting from the back of the grid at Interlagos, but given the circuit's reputation for comeback drives and overtaking drama, it's far from a death sentence for top-tier machinery. Still, this strategy is hanging in limbo. If the weather in São Paulo echoes the chaos of 2024, raw engine power might take a back seat to adaptability and tyre management. For now, it's a calculated gamble, one that could either set the stage for a Vegas masterclass or backfire in Brazil's unpredictable storm. Ferrari may have seen enough. Has Hamilton's time in red already run its course? With the paddock swirling and 2026 looming, what's next for the seven-time champ? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more F1 drama.